Welcome to Bosch Security Systems Telex Radio Dispatch IP-224, our next generation IP gateway. The IP-224 Ethernet adapter panel provides a reliable means for remotely controlling two audio devices. Those devices could include radios, 2-wire, 4-wire audio circuits, driving PA inputs, running intercom systems. The IP-224 can be connected to local or remote consoles by means of available WAN or LAN technologies. The IP-224 is backwards compatible with all Telex dispatch consoles and network recorders. The IP-224 can be rack mounted using either a single or dual bracket system or placed directly on the desktop. The unit is delivered with the following accessories: Cat5 cable, DB37 connectors and covers, thumb screws for PCB removal, product CD. Note, no power supply is included. Field service has been simplified. The main PCB is hot swappable, allowing service spare replacements without having to disconnect power or the I/O cables from the rear of the unit. New exciting features. Improved install times with the following new features. Front panel configurable. Now basic parameters like IP address and gains can be set from the front panel. New auto configuration feature. Jumpers are automatically set internally based on web page settings. Front panel test points have been standardized to RJ12s, allowing for banjos to be attached. Web page configurations. Now web pages only show specific features enabled to the line type. New vocoders have been added, giving a total of 4 for connectivity to CSoft. Simplified I/O cabling. Single DB37s are now provided, including all audio, signaling, and serial information. An additional Group TX port has also been added, giving a total of 3 to key the radio. Analog tape outputs have a separate DB9 connector for both lines 1 and 2. No longer are the audio outs part of the DB25 port. Active audio and logic monitoring is also included. This allows you to see real-time statuses and levels being measured. Serial communications has been improved to include RS-485, CAN, and USB 2.0 for communications to radios and other devices. Local radio control has increased to 8 BCD pins, and in addition, 1,000 frequencies are now available when controlled by a CSoft console. The IP-224 can be ordered with or without options. Options can also be added to field units using the Field Upgrade Part Number column. Options include mounting brackets, radio-specific cables, Moto Turbo interface, IDEN interface, and FleetSync encode-decode and MDC encode-decode options are also available. When ordering IP-224s from the factory with these options, select the @PI or factory-installed part numbers from the lines in blue on this sheet. The unit front panel supports a display, 4 soft keys to include the menu, the intercom, the arrow up-down. 2 RJ12 jacks are provided for Radio 1 and Radio 2, allowing measurements. Handset jack provides the ability to attach alignment handset to intercom, back to consoles, or key the local radio. USB port is for future functionality. The TX LED and Link LED represent network connectivity. The front panel LCD provides users feedback about IP addresses, hardware levels, alignment tones, gains. Various screens are shown here. The front panel RJ12 jacks for Radio 1 and 2 are used to measure, receive, and transmit audio levels. A Fluke banjo or similar device can be used to take these measurements. The unit rear panel view consists of a 3-pin power terminal, the primary and secondary Ethernet connections. The secondary is not enabled on the version 1 software. An accessory DB9 port and 2 DB37 ports for radios 1 and 2. Shown here is the pinout information for the DB37 radio line connectors. Standard pins from the IP-223 have been condensed with the serial pins, allowing for a single connection tie point. Shown here are the pinouts for the AUX DB9 connector. Connections to analog tape recorders can be made here. The following is a list of serial-controlled radios: Kenwood, E.F. Johnson, Motorola, and IDEN. The following list displays the supported signaling formats: NBC 1200 and FleetSync with their supported functions. DTMF and 5/6 tone are not supported in version 1 software. The IP-224 has added 2 additional vocoders for a total of 4. These are selected on the multicast setup page. CSoft is the only device that communicates using the new vocoders. The IP-224 supports auto configuration of hardware jumpers and software gains based on the auto configuration checkbox. If you select the line type and the serial type and hit submit, the line will be configured. Displayed here is the hardware setup page, showing both line 1 and line 2 and the various fields that are programmable. These have automatically been set because of the auto configuration mode. The additional feature setup page is where you'll enter hash codes to enable features. It also has a real-time display of the features that are currently enabled in your IP-224. The system status page will give you near real-time values for the audio levels transmitted and received in your IP-224 at a per-line level. The IP-224 carries over these features from the IP-223. UDP, both multicast and unicast addressing are supported, 2 I/O interfaces, programmable timers at a per-line level, SOIP for serial data between 2 IP-224s or the MTRBI interface, local radio control at an analog level supporting hardware PTT, monitor, relays 1 and 2, CTCSS, tone generation for up to 64 frequencies, tone control, 16 programmable single and dual function tones, programmable monitor, 9 selectable PTT frequencies, and adjustable guard, function, and whole tone timer durations. Let's review the main differences between the IP-224 and 223. Hot swappable PCB eases replacement, additional vocoders, cables now mount to chassis, auto-configurable for modes of operation, 3 TX ports versus 2, auto-configuration sets up jumpers and audio levels, 1,000 channels supported on serial control radios when using CSOFT, front panel programmable for IP addresses and audio levels. DB37 replaces the DB25 DB9, eliminating the need for a serial splitter when 2 serial controlled devices were attached. The per-line tape output is now on a DB9 and is no longer part of the DB25 on the CTCSS pin. Let's review some of the features not supported in version 1 release of the IP-224. Console mode, phone mode, which will include radio telephone features, remote cross patch, which includes line-to-line patch and auto patch phone to radio, DTMF or 5-tone encode-decode operation, the second Ethernet port, the USB front panel port, and the local serial control of a Sapora Tetra terminal. The IP-224 has completed the following agency approvals and environmental testing. Thank you for reviewing the IP-224 Ethernet Gateway.
Bosch, invented for life.